Good day everyone. Welcome back to my video tutorials on BIM and Revit. Um, we will start where we left off last time. This is about walls. So for today, I'll be expanding more on how you create walls, how do you deal with walls, and everything about walls. All right. So this is our existing project. Let me just save it as project. We'll say lesson 2 or lesson 3. These are lesson 3 already. Options, make sure that's 1. Click OK and save. So earlier you have learned that walls properties are here on the left hand side. You'll have the base constraints and you have the top constraint, and you can add top offset and even base offset in case of this other wall. Alright, punta na tayo sa 3D. I know you all want to see the 3D. So this is our wall. We've made pretty long walls. So time to cut them now. So how do you deal with walls? How do you edit them? In 3D mode, you can just select one wall and you can just drag that bottom. You can drag it from that blue button right there and it will be shorter. Drag it and it will be shorter. Of course, you have these triangles at the top and at the bottom. You can manually increase the height of a wall, and that would change in the property. So what happens in the properties is that the base offset becomes minus 4246.4 because you have pulled it down that much, and you have pulled it up that much. You'll have the 4361 top offset. Alright, how do you put them back? You just put this 0 and make this 0 as well. Okay, in case you made a mistake of pulling it up or pulling it down. Now let's just make, let's say, a pretty reasonable size wall. We see 37 meters here. Let's have a 10-meter wall. Enter. So that's our 10-meter wall. You can enter the value. And for the other one, let's have it maybe a 15-meter wall. That's it. So let's check where the walls are. We know that the base constraints of these walls are at the ground level. Even if you look at the 3D view, this wall is at ground level. So for the other wall, let's try to bring it down to the ground level as well. So we can just change the base constraint to ground level and the top constraint to be the first floor level, and that would be without any base offset or top offset. Alright, so the other one, let's remove the top offset, keep it 0 so you'll be on the same plane, as we can say. So let's go back to our first floor level or ground level where you can see those walls. Let's add a few more walls. So to add a few more walls similar to the walls that we have created, you can just right click on the wall and you say create similar. In this case, you're creating a wall which is similar to that wall in terms of base offset and top offset. So let's connect this wall from there to there. Let's have another wall from here to there. Maybe another one that goes here, there, and right there. Maybe another wall. Create similar again. Have that go there. And another one that goes right there. One that goes here. And another one. 2 more walls that go right there. As you can see, those little blue lines, these are guidelines that help you identify if the wall is already aligned to a adjacent wall. So in this case, you see that this wall is already aligning to the wall that we are creating now. In that case, you have two walls that are already aligned. I'm gonna make another wall here similar to this wall. So if you look at the 3D view, this is what we have just created. So of course, we're not creating a maze or something like that. We're trying to create a structure, trying to create probably a residential building. So you'll be doing editing. Let's go back to the ground level. And now let's learn some of the modified tools on how you deal with your walls. For example, you want your two walls to intersect each other. So what you want to do, when you select your wall, the modified tool will pop up, and you have this option, which is the trim extend to corner. If you click that, you can select those walls, and they're gonna be joined in the corner. Let's say if you want this wall to reach this wall, you can of course manually just pull it and put it there, or you can select the wall and click on this trim extend single element, select that wall, and select the other wall. It goes right there. So if you want to extend more than one element, which is this case, let's select this trim extend multiple elements, and then you select the wall where you want the elements to be attached, and select these walls right there. Of course, if you want to clean this, if you want to trim it, you click that, and there you go, you trim your elements. So can you move your walls when you're already done? Of course, you can select your walls using your window selection tool, and you can use your left button to move them left or right. Okay? Or you can select one of the walls and pull it, and it will extend to where you intend it to be. Select one wall and it will extend it. That's gonna happen, right? So let's look at how our structure looks like. Back to 3D. So we have something like this at the moment. So what other things can you do with walls? You can create wall openings. Select a wall, you will have this as a wall opening. The best way to do wall opening is you go to your ground level, select the wall where you want the opening to be, select that, and click on wall opening, and start somewhere. Click on one part of the wall, and then just drag on it. Gives you the value of the opening. You can change it to, let's say, exactly 2 meters. Click enter, and if you look at your properties toolbar here, you see that the top offset is -1261. How do you know where's 1261? Let's look at the 3D. So you have just created a wall opening. This is a wall opening, the one which is highlighted. The 1261.6 here is what you see right there, the top offset. So if you want to have an exact offset, let's say you want it to be 1 meter, you can either change the value here, or you can change the value here. You can say 200. So there you go. Oh, 200. There you go. But yeah, you just did it right. That's your wall opening right there. So I know this is very helpful if you need to have an opening in your wall and without a door. That's what you do. Of course, wall opening is very different from a door. You don't in Revit, you don't put a wall opening and then you put a door. No, that's not what you do. What you do with doors is you just go to architecture, get a door, and just put it right there. The door will cut its opening already in the wall. You don't need to cut an opening for it and then just put a wall. That's not how it works. Similar to the window, you just put the window right there and it will cut on its own. It will have an opening. Let's see how it looks in shaded view. So there you go. So baliktad, go to your ground level. You know that this is your door. Let's get it on the opposite direction. Yep, and go back to the 3D. That's more like how it should look like from the outside, right? So this is how you deal with walls. I hope this is helpful for you. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you very much.